All right. Let me get all this set up real quick. All right, here we are, guys. This is Genie Rocket Live. So we do this every Tuesday, 12:30 Central Time. This is where I show you some new things that have come out on the platform, as well as answer some questions. So if you guys are here joining live, go ahead and throw in chat any questions that you might have, and we can get them answered. If you're watching on YouTube Live, you can try to ask some questions in chat there too, and I will do my best to get in there and answer them for you. So today we were going to talk a little bit about like ads and ad management and changing up ads. So I'm going to do some like ad creation on the fly live with you. So if you're wondering how in the world do you create ads and get them launched quickly, that's what we're going to be doing today. And then anything else that you have as questions, you can go ahead and throw in chat, whether you're joining from the YouTube live or whether you're joining from Zoom. You can throw any chats that you have into the chat box and we will get started. So I'm going to go ahead and get my screen up and running here so I can share my screen and we can get going. Hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday. I was trying to get new monitors all set up in my office and I can't get my Mac to connect on them. So I'm just on my small laptop right now instead of my two giant 27-inch screens I was hoping to be connected to before this call, but here we are. All right, so I'm going to get things set up over here. One second. And one brand new feature too, while I'm getting this all set up. Um, one new feature too that I recommend you checking out. I haven't even gotten a chance to explore it in great detail, but you can now manage Google Ads directly through Genie Rocket. So if you are running Google Ads, you can do Google Ads and you can do Meta Ads all through Genie Rocket. Today, we're mostly going to be looking at the Meta Ads, so I can show you how that works to make like changes and get ads up and running. So that's what we're going to be looking at here today. And I'm just going to find some information that I was going to do live for a client here so we can do some live editing. Okay. So we are going to do, let's see, I'm going to show you live again how to make changes and edit an ad here. All right. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and then we are going to get rocking and rolling. And this is going to be a good session to kind of see how we make changes to ads. And again, I'm just on one small screen, so if I miss some of your live chats in here, I apologize. But let's get rocking and rolling. Okay, so when you are logged into Genie Rocket, when you go into your marketing tab over here, you will see an ads manager up here on the top right. And if you have any ads running, you will see them here. And this is where you can launch multiple ads. You can choose which Facebook. Now you can see Google here too, that you want to launch on. And you can actually create and launch and view reporting and everything all in one place, which is fantastic. So we can see we've currently got one ad live right here. If we look at statistics, what we want to look for is your conversions and your cost per conversion. So right now we can see within this time frame, January through February, so in 1 month, we can see there's been 5 conversions. That means name, email, phone number, and any qualifying questions that have been asked right there. And we can see what our cost per conversion is. This means this is how much it costs us to generate a new lead. So what you need to be thinking about too when you see the cost per conversion is two things. One is the lifetime value, and two is the short-term value. So how much money can you generate quickly from a client if they say yes, and how much money can you generate them if they stay with you for a typical lifetime value of a client. Now, you're not going to close every single one of those, so that's where you eventually want to start knowing what your close rate is. So if you say, let's say, for example, you close 1 in 5, then the statistics are, hey, of these 5, we should be able to at least close 1. So it doesn't matter that the 4 are a loss. This is just a game of numbers and a game of human psychology and a game of sales, right? Not every single person that gives their name, email, phone number is going to buy from us, but there's a certain amount of people that will. So let's say we have one person that buys out of the five, and it costs us $44 per conversion. So if we spend $222 to get one sale and we make $1,500 profit from one sale, then does it make sense to spend $220 even though we got four tire kicker duds? The answer is an obvious yes. So don't look at it as, hey, like 50% of my leads are crap or only one person bought. Like that's okay. And it's not because you're doing anything wrong or that your ad is necessarily broken or that Facebook's broken or that Google's broken. It's a game of patience and consistency and figuring this out, right? I see a lot of people make the mistakes if they want to jump from agency to agency to agency because they're waiting for like a magic trick to happen where all of a sudden people come in and they're buying and they've got all these leads. And there's a way to get to where you can increase your leads and increase your conversions and increase your sales, but that takes time, right? It's a line I heard on a podcast recently is you can't buy a brand, you build a brand. So if you've got a company that you're trying to grow and you're trying to grow the brand and the brand awareness and the leads and the sales, it's not something that you can just write a check for someone and say, hey, go build this and make it successful. You can write a check to have someone do some of the tactics to build it, but remembering building takes time. It's brick by brick, step by step. There's not just a shortcut where everything just magically works. So I think that's a really good piece to remember as you're doing this, is it takes time, even for us, right? Like we've launched ads that didn't work. We've launched ads that work. And we just have to continually figure out and optimize what's working, what's not working until we get exactly what we want. All right. So if we wanted to go in and let's say, so this ad, if we edit this ad, let's see what it says. All right. So we've got, this is for coral painting. So this is the main part of this is transform your home this winter with 15% off interior painting services or save big with early scheduling for summer. Get a free color consultation. So it's a little bit more general. It's going for a very specific area, right? So we're saying the Lino Lakes, Minnesota, and your dream home's just a paint job away. Click learn more to claim your offer, with the offer being a color consult and 15% off. So it looks like it's working okay. And we want to try to figure out something that might work better. So I'm just going to pull up an email. They say, winter project discount for painting cabinets, kitchen doors, trims, and baseboard. So if we wanted to start a brand new one to say, hey, let's pause this one and let's start a new one, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to do this live. So we're going to go from start to finish on this. So we're going to take this existing ad and we're going to clone it. And the reason why we clone it is because all the parameters are in there for the geographic location. Some of those details, we want those, so we're going to keep those. And the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to go to Canva to redesign the ad. If you notice when I pull up this to edit, you can see the creative right here. It's pretty simple. My ultimate shortcut is Canva for graphics. I was traditionally trained as a branding designer, graphic designer, logo designer in all of like the Illustrator, Photoshop, all those things. And while they're great, guys, Canva is amazing for high quality and speed. So I typically do all my ads here in Canva, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like here. So you can see I just have like this long list of all the ads I'm helping people with, and I just build them all right here in Canva. So I'm going to try to find this one. So here's the one that we did for coral painting. So I'm just going to duplicate this real quick here. And I'm going to just copy and paste this so I can kind of get an idea. Winter project discount for painting cabinets. So what I'm going to do once you're in Canva, so this is cabinets, kitchen doors, trims, and baseboards. I'm going to go over here to design, and I can actually type in what I'm looking for to try to get really close on the design. So I might say like painting cabinets. and see if there's anything that looks, this one looks pretty cool. So I'm going to add this as a new page. Yeah, this is great, right? So this is more kitchen. Yeah, so I'm good with that. So all I've got to do is change some content here. I'm going to copy this logo. I'm just going to paste it right here. We're going to take this headline, Winter Project Discount, and we're going to make this the headline. Going to delete the stuff that I don't want. Going to pop that out, make this a little bit smaller so it all fits on one line. So now the headline of this ad is going to be Winter Project Discounts. There's not a bold here, so I might actually find a bold one so it stands out, but still looks stylish. And it's okay if you're not a designer. I have lots of background design experience, but guys, these are all pretty much laid out, designed really nice. So it might take you a little bit longer to modify these, but that's okay. You've got amazing templates to start with. So if I want this to be winter project discounts, I want to be really clear here. So I might say winter painting project discounts. So people know without having to think exactly what they're getting here. One of my favorite authors, speakers, podcasters is Donald Miller. If you haven't read Building a Story Brand 2.0, he just released his new one. I highly recommend it. It's good. He talks about being very clear in your messaging. The reason that maybe you're not getting as many leads or sales as you'd like might not be because your product or service isn't bad, but because your message is not clear enough. So we don't want to have people waste their brain calories trying to figure out what we do, right? If we just said winter project discounts, like on what? A new kitchen, on lighting, on a refrigerator, like what are we discounting? So being very clear, like winter painting project discount. And then we're going to do these things right here that they want to focus on. So we're just going to paste that in here. And what I might do is I'm just going to bring this so you can move these layers, bring to front, layer, bring forward. That way we can actually see this and make this font a little smaller. And guys, honestly, on when you're doing ad creative, it's less about looking perfect and stuffing as much as you can in there. It really is more about keeping it simple. Um, think about when you're scrolling on social, if you are on social, you have a very short attention span. And so if you have to like think for a little bit about what does this person do? What are they trying to say? Do I need this? The more time you spend on it, the more likely you're just going to bypass it. So keep it really, really simple. That's where the old acronym of KISS, keep it simple, stupid. Sure you heard of that? That's where that comes from. Okay, so now that we have this here, I might actually make this 2 lines. Whoop. I'm going to center the text. I'm going to make the spacing here a little tighter, make this a little bigger, put it back in the center here. I'm going to do a little pop of blue, not a whole lot of design magic here, but I do want to see some of their brand blue in here. So I'm going to just do this little top striping up here. Going to choose the color icon. When you're using Canva, what's neat too is when you choose colors, it's going to look at all the different elements in your Canva um, canvas right here. So it's going to pull the blues from the logo. So I can actually choose a blue that I want to use. That's the exact blue of the logo. Let's see. I'm going to do, oops, this. I'm just going to make this a little bit shorter here. I'm going to tighten up these letters. Again, all the stuff that I'm doing, I don't want you to worry or stress about. I'm kind of doing a little extra stuff just because, again, I've done a lot of design work. So don't think you have to do all of this. I'm just going to space some of this out, make it look nice. And cool. I am good with that for now. So now that we have got this new canvas together, this is what we're going to use for the ad. And so again, what makes this so nice is everything is in Canva. So when you start out on Canva and you're creating these, you can just have a running list of all the ads that you're doing and just continue to build it from there. So we want to keep it really simple. We want to say exactly what we're going to do, who it's for, and then we can save this, or my ultimate shortcut here is I just screenshot it. So I'm going to screenshot that, say this is the ad I want to use. I'm going to come back to Genie Rocket, and then we are going to, on this ad right here, just going to hit the little trash can in the corner. So we're going to delete that graphic. We're going to upload the new graphic. So upload file. This is just saved as a screenshot. Boom. So we're going to let this upload, select it. Boom, it shows up in here. Now what we need to do is change out the copy here. So this is my other shortcut. Ta-da, it's Chatbot GPT. So I can say, write a meta ad with a headline, subheadline, description, and call to action for coral painting based on this. And I'm just going to type in winter project discounts for painting cabinets, doors, kitchens, trims, and baseboard. And then I don't think, let me just check if they had an actual discount they wanted to do. Okay, so we're just going to say call to action is filling out the form for the discount code. And I'm also going to tell it to use emojis. So the beauty is Chatbot GPT knows the framework of Facebook. It knows how to write great content. And so there's no reason to waste your own time trying to create your own content when you can just go there and have it write it for you. So we get the headline, the subheadline, the description, the call to action. It's too easy, right? So then we've got all this right here. I'm just going to copy this, and I'm going to delete out the parts we don't need, come back to Genie Rocket. In the primary text here for the ad, I'm just going to copy paste, going to take out the word headline, take out the word subheadline, take out the word description, take out the words call to action, and voila, there we go. And then the only thing that we need, actually, we're going to take this headline right here. We're going to place it in the headline. That's going to show up kind of as the primary headline on the ad itself. And then I'm just going to copy the second part, claim your exclusive winter discount as the description. So it shows up right here. And then you've got two options when you're launching your ad. One is for lead generation. This means it's actually going to be a form fill that someone fills out. The second is it's going to drive traffic to your website. So if you are just trying to get people to your website to take action on your website, you're going to use website traffic. If you're trying to collect lead information from the ad itself, you do lead generation. And then you can choose a form for lead generation right here, or you can create your own. So this is what people fill out, right? So this is an example, like this is going to ask for name, email, phone. It's also going to say how many rooms need to be painted. Are you looking for interior, exterior? And how soon do you need the work completed? These are what we call qualifying questions. And what's so important about these is this will help eliminate tire kickers because you're asking very specific questions and they are not accidentally filling out. So if you've ever had someone fill out a form before and you try to call them and they're like, I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't mean to fill out this form. It was an accident. They can't accidentally tell you very specific questions that they typed in and filled out. So, for example, if someone filled out this form and I was coaching the client on how to follow up with them, I'm going to tell them, hey, when you pick up the phone and call this client, you're going to say, hey, Jim, I saw you just filled out the form. It looks like you need 4 rooms painted. It's for an interior, and you need it done in the next 3 weeks. I would love to come out to get you an estimate and talk more in person. What day of the week works best for you? As opposed to, hey, Jim, did you just fill out a form to get a painting request? So if you see the difference between those two, the first one is 100% you're confidently assuming they filled out the form, you know exactly what they need, and you're just setting the appointment for a next step. The alternative is you're almost questioning, like, was this you? Did you mean to do this? Was this an accident? And it gives this little moment in time for that lead to actually back out and say, actually, that wasn't me, or it was an accident, or I'm not ready for that yet. You see what I mean? So when you ask those qualifying questions, it doesn't matter what type of business then, if it's for profit, nonprofit, for product, service, program, think about what are the qualifying questions that's going to eliminate the tire kickers. So when you follow up with them, you can be very specific in what they filled out. Sorry for that rant there, but I think that's really important. Okay, so again, you can make all of this inside of Genie Rocket. If you don't already have the form, you can actually create it in here, and you get to say what you want the button to say. You've got several options. We're going to be able to preview it in Instagram and in Facebook of what it looks like. So that looks good. And then we're going to hit next. We're going to confirm budget. Let me talk about budget for a minute. How much should we spend on Facebook ads? The rule of thumb is you want to try to get in front of 1,000 people a day. That's called the CPM, or cost per 1,000. So when you first start running ads, you need to look at your metrics, and I'll show you where to do that, to figure out how much does it cost me to get in front of 1,000 people per day. What is my CPM? For most people, that's between $20 and $30, depending on your industry. It could be more, it could be $30 to $50. And your goal is to try to spend that much money a day. Why? Because whenever you get in front of 1,000 people a day, it gives you more chance of being seen. Also, Facebook puts you in the B category of ads, means it's going to get you higher quality results because they see that you're serious about advertising. You're not just spending $10 or $5, like you're actually putting skin in the game, money in the game, and they give you better results. Why does that work? Guys, it's meta. I don't know. Their algorithms, their things change all the time. But that's what I have learned. That's what I do. And that's what works, at least for today. Will they change it tomorrow? Maybe. Who knows? But that's the way to play the game. So I recommend, if you're not sure, if you can afford to spend $25 to $35 a day, do that. Don't spend $5 a day. You're going to be disappointed in the results. It's not going to be worth it. So next up is the audience controls. This is where you can pick very specific cities. So if you are looking to only have your ads be served in very specific cities or locations, you can actually type in your locations and cities here. And you can say, like, if you want to include or exclude outside that radius. So if you're doing a big nationwide campaign, you can just say United States. You can see for this specific company, they have cities they want to target. So they have Lino Lakes, White Bear, Hugo, Blaine, Shoreview, Arden Hills, all these cities, because this is where their dream clients live, and they know that. And then you can see on the map, it pinpoints all those cities. So they are being hyper-focused and targeted on those cities. Next, we have the intended audience. There are lots of different ways to think on this. I'll share with you mine. You can do detailed targeting, so specific interests, demographics, behaviors. The only problem with this is I want you to think about your behavior on Facebook, or the things that you say you're interested on. When's the last time you went in to your Facebook profile and you marked the things that you're interested in? Probably not recently. So if you're going after doctors that love Porsches and make millions of dollars, chances are they have not told Facebook that they are interested in Porsches, and you can't advertise based on income bracket anymore. So what you don't want to do is exclude the people that you want to see your ads by doing very specific targeting, because every time you put in a new target interest, you're narrowing down how many people are going to see your ad. So you can do detailed targeting, you can do language, you can do gender, you can do age range. What I personally recommend is you focus on gender, language, age, and location. Gender, male, female, all. Language, typically do English. But if you're advertising in different countries or want to target different languages, you can do that too. Age range, who is the person that's going to be the decision maker that you want to see your ad? Or maybe not the decision maker, they could be the influencer. Who do you want to see your ad? And then location targeting is up here. Guys, here's what I have been told when it comes to, this is called broad audience targeting, is when you give those basic broad parameters of location, age, language, gender. Facebook is going to actually look at your ad copy and your ad creative, and it's going to do its best to find the right people to see your ads. It's going to look at the algorithms, it's going to look at the behaviors, it's going to look at the patterns, and they want you to keep spending money with them. So they are incentivized to help you find leads. So when you put in that information, it's going to try to target the right people with your right message at the right time. That's why we use it. There's a few other options I'll go through here shortly. You also have what's called a lookalike audience. So if you have like a CSV spreadsheet, a lot of people don't know this exists, so this might be kind of cool. So for example, just because I see Tanya on here, if Tanya is doing a big nonprofit gala and she has a list of all of her past sponsors, she can upload that sponsor list as a CSV file and say, hey, Facebook, can you try to find people that are similar to these people? And if it can find those names and emails on Facebook, it's going to try to find people that are similar in behaviors and interests. So that is another way that you can do it. And then retargeting. This is people that have already shown interest in your business. And again, you can upload a list here. If you've done retargeting in the past on Facebook, they'll already have like a list you can choose from here. But if you're doing it for the first time and you want kind of like a broader audience and you want to use Facebook's algorithm to find the right people, I would just stick to the target interests and only do gender, language, age, location. All right. So now we've got ad content complete. We've got budget and audience dialed in. And now we are going to look at reviewing and publishing. So we go here. We look at, hey, here's what it's going to look like on Facebook. Looks good. Limited time savings on cabinet, kitchen, door, and trim painting. Ready to refresh your home this winter. We got some great creative that we did in Canva. Winter painting discounts. We've got our ad copy. This all looks good. So I'm simply going to go down to Publish Ad Now and hit Publish Campaign. Once that's done, it's going to take you back to this page. It's going to show that it's in progress because Facebook has to approve it. Make sure you're not doing anything against their rules or policies. If it does get rejected, it will turn red. There'll be a little info icon next to it, and usually it will show you why it got rejected. So we're going to go ahead and pause this ad. You can see how easy this is. I'm just going to click these little three dots on the right, hit pause. So this one is now paused. And this one is still in review. While this is in review, this part is really important. We don't want to forget what happens after they fill out the form, right? If someone raises their hand and says, hey, I'm ready to go, what's next? We want to build a workflow for what happens when they fill out that meta lead form. So if we go over here into automations, you can see we have one created right now. That's the meta leads ad. And the first thing that we're going to do here is we've got to create a trigger. The trigger is exactly what it sounds like. What is going to kick off all of these automations? So we're going to select, we're going to say if the page is their Facebook page, and the form is, I think we called it the untitled form for this one. So we'll just select all these to make sure that nothing gets missed. So if any of these Facebook lead forms get filled out, then automatically do these other things. I will walk you through what we have for this account. You can do whatever you want here. This is the big playground. And if you didn't know, we have brand new AI built in here. So whatever you're trying to figure out, you just click this little AI button in workflows, you type in whatever you're trying to do, like, how do I send a voicemail and a text message and an email and a task inside of a workflow, and it will step by step walk you through exactly how to do that. Or if you just want to chat with someone, as always, we have our awesome live chat support. We've got about 200 people behind the scenes here that are ready to help you, that are incredible. And if you want to jump on Zoom, you can. Side note, Zoom is not always available all the time. They have limited people. So sometimes you have to wait a few minutes to hop on Zoom, but they will help you. Okay, back to the show. So Facebook lead form gets submitted. Then it's going to create or update an opportunity. So we have a sales pipeline in here that's called inbound leads. So it's automatically going to put that new Facebook lead in the sales pipeline called inbound leads, the status being open. You can also add in a lead value. If you know what your average cost or your average value per lead is, this is a great number to put in because it will add it all up, show it to you at the very top so you can see, hey, we've got blank amount of dollars in our pipeline. So it's going to create the opportunity. It's going to give them a tag of meta lead and coral painting leads so we know where they came from, what campaign they came from. We then are going to send an internal notification. So this is the dopamine hit, right? We want to know when we get a lead in, we want to celebrate. So this is going to send the particular user, Eric, right here. It's going to send him a notification every time a lead comes in. He's going to get this nice little new meta lead with confetti emoji, and it's going to say you've got a new lead. Here's their name, email, phone, and the city they are from. So he's going to get that notification. It's also going to send an email notification. So it's going to be push notification through the app. It's going to be an email notification with all the details here in his email. So he is going to know, hey, you've got a new lead that's come in. If he's having a slow day and he's just sitting in the truck and he gets that notification, what do you think he's going to do? He's probably going to pick up the phone and call that person, right? So this is where it gets exciting because there's no rules of what you can and can't do. Once that lead comes in, you can let them cycle through the normal like automations here, or he can just jump in and call them. After that, what we typically do is we'll create about 5 emails or texts after a lead comes in to help build the relationship. It's the old saying that's still true is people do business with people that what know you, like you, and trust you. So all we're doing here is we're trying to turn a stranger into someone that has a little bit more knowledge about you, just so they like you a little more and trust you a little bit more. So after that lead comes in, they're going to get a welcome email. Welcome to Coral Painting. Let's get started. Thank you for choosing. We pride ourselves on top notch. Here's what you can expect. If you have any questions, call us. Pre-appointment tips, how to prepare. So I won't go through all these with you, but you can also use Chatbot GPT for this. You can literally go in and say, here's my website, here's my offer. Can you write me 5 emails that's going to help my new lead know me, like me, and trust me with the call to action of blank? And that call to action might be call us or schedule time on our calendar or buy a ticket, whatever it might be. But make sure that you create a follow-up sequence so they're not just waiting for you. You might be in a meeting, you might be on a job, you might be doing something else. This ensures they're at least getting followed up with once they fill out the form. So we are gonna, actually I need to make a change to here real fast. Make sure that I have all these selected, untitled, and make sure, yeah, don't do what I did. Every time you make a change, hit save, and you are good. All right. So we went through on ads. If you go to marketing and ads manager, once you turn this on, again, this is where you can manage ads. You can see our new ad is already live. So it is live and published. We've got a $20 a day budget. It's rocking and rolling. And at any time, we can come over here to statistics, and we can also sort by time frame, and we can look at how many people saw the ad, how many clicks, how many leads we generated, what the average cost per click, what the average conversion, what the average cost per melee. I think don't don't hold true to this. We normally do cost per thousand, but I don't think this is that statistic. So don't pay attention to this because I said we need to do that as a daily budget, but we don't want $170 to be a daily budget. That's not what we're trying to do. So if we got in front of, let's say, 3,700 people and we spent $220, then let's see, let's just say if we got in front of 4,000 people, 4,000 divided by 220. Okay, so yeah, so it is way less than 170 per 1,000 people. So what we need to do is just figure out how much does it cost us if we spent this to get in front of 1,000 people. And then also, if you're skeptical and like, well, did 5 people actually come from this? Like, who are those 5 people? If you come down here, you can look at the campaign and where it says like 5 Facebook leads right here, you can actually click this little table icon and it will show you the leads. Like, hey, here's the people right here. Here's their name, their email, their phone number. Here's when they were created. Here's the campaign they came from. So there's zero confusion of the leads. Where did they come from? Where are they now? All right. So guys, I'm going to jump back to chat real fast. And I would love any questions that you guys have. We've got this going on YouTube Live and on Zoom. So feel free to jump into chat on either of those platforms. Let me know what questions you have. Looks like I've got a couple in here. Let's see. Maybe that's just a summary. Sorry, let me open up chat real fast. Okay, what's up, Randy? Good to see you, man. All right, so guys on Zoom or guys on YouTube, any questions that you guys have? It does not have to be related to this. Um, this was the session I wanted to have is showing you guys how to successfully launch ads on Genie Rocket into Meta. We went through even ad creative on Canva. We went through the content creation on Chatbot GPT. We went through how to choose your budget, how to choose your targeting, how to get it launched, how to create workflows after they were launched, all here. And if you did happen to miss this, it will be live on YouTube as soon as this is over. If you just type in Genie Rocket on YouTube, and this should be published pretty soon. You can look at the live and do a replay. But any questions on this, I am here to help answer. Let me check YouTube real fast, see if any of my friends there have any questions. I know we covered a lot today. Awesome. All right. And if you guys are currently running Google Ads, whoops, sorry, I'm moving the figure. If you're currently running Google Ads and you want to learn how to do Google Ads on here, again, this just launched yesterday. I haven't even had a chance to play around with it yet. But inside of Ads Manager, I'm guessing we're just going to do an experiment here because I don't know for sure. If we go to settings right here, yep, and click on Google Ads, we would just need to click connect account, and that's going to connect you with your Google Ads account. That's going to pull in the data, and I have no idea what happens after that, but I do know this is version 1 of Google Ads in here, and the benefit is if you're running Google Ads, if you're running Facebook ads, just being able to manage it in one place without having a bajillion logins is super helpful. All right. Anything else you guys want to know? Anything else you guys want to look at? Just as a reminder, if you are using Genie Rocket, we did switch our app, so it is now called Lead Connector. So if you go to the Google Play Store or the iOS App Store, the Genie Rocket app is no longer functioning, and that's on purpose. We're now using the app called Lead Connector because the development support behind it is a lot better and faster, and we wanted you to have the ultimate updates. So it's orange and white. You use your Genie Rocket login, and it will give you everything you need, including a business card scanner. So if you're ever at networking events and you just want to be able to scan business cards, you can literally open up the Lead Connector app and click on contacts. You can scan the business card. It's going to have you review all their information, and then it's going to load it directly in Genie Rocket as a contact. And you can even have it do triggers based on that, meaning you can say every time a contact gets loaded, I want to send an email, I want to send a text, I want to do this thing. You can have that all automated. You can also use it as a point of sale system. So if you have Stripe or PayPal or authorized.net connected up, you can send invoices, you can do tap to pay. It is a full point of sale system right in your pocket. So if you're on Genie Rocket and you don't have the app, go download Lead Connector. It's great. It's a great game changer. That way you don't always have to be in front of your computer. You can text people back, you can email people back. It's got two-way calling, literally everything you need. Even this is brand new. I'm really excited about this. Is you can even schedule the social media now from the Lead Connector app. So Genie Rocket, upload social, you can post to YouTube, you can post to Instagram, to Facebook, all those platforms. Once they're connected up in your account, you can then schedule them all or post them all directly from the iPhone app. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We do this every Tuesday at 12:30. And again, we do have the Zoom experience as well as the YouTube experience. I'm trying to get more and more on the YouTube Live platform because it's a lot easier. You don't have to download anything. It's not Zoom. It's real simple. So if you guys want to try that next time too, just hop on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to Genie Rocket. You'll get notified when we go live. And you can just hop in and we can do screen sharing. We can do chat. It's easy peasy. Hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week. Thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you all next.